Hey guys, it's JT Works with Cars. Today I'm going to talk about what are the common problems on the third gen Toyota 4Runner. First off, the infamous valve cover gasket leak. This is going to happen to y'all eventually, and if it's not leaking now, it's probably going to leak next month. It's not too hard of a repair. You're going to take off your intake tube, take up the upper and lower intake plenum, take out all your spark plugs, and just replace the gasket. It's pretty easy. Timmy the Toolman has a video on it. Another common problem is after 200,000 miles, this upper radiator right here, this radiator on the upper part, it likes to crack. And the best way to tell if you should replace it or not is if the upper part looks brown. It's gonna look, let me find a color kind of close to it. It'll kind of look like this on the coil pack right here. It'll have that brown color instead of like a clear plastic color like that. And when it looks like that, you know the previous owner didn't replace it. So at that point, you should replace it. Another common problem is your transmission fluid. It's gonna mix with your coolant when the lower portion of this radiator fails. So you can bypass it. So when you look right here, I do have a external transmission cooler. You can bypass it and you don't have to worry about that anymore. And another common problem is these front brake rotors, they like to warp. And when they do warp, it's gonna shake like hell on the highway. So that's why I do recommend doing that Tundra brake mod. I've talked about it in my previous videos about top 5 mods I recommend for 3rd gen 4Runner. And as you can see, it's your Tundra 231s. And right there is a lower ball joint, right there on that spindle. That's another common problem in these 3rd gens. That lower ball joint likes to fail. So if you do buy one used, the first thing you should do is just replace that lower ball joint. Don't even think about it. And lastly, another common problem is, let me go under the car. The rear axle likes to leak. So you're gonna have to take out the rear axle and replace the seal. And those are some of the common problems you're gonna experience on a 3rd gen Toyota 4Runner.